All right, welcome back, everyone, to the ASA Classic here in Cullman, Alabama. Women's Pro is our class up next. Darren Christenberry, run through that leaderboard.
Yeah, Kailey, back from her first child being born. She's missed a lot of this year because she had a baby. Came back in, never missed a beat. 408, leading
Darren,
the pack.
Before you move on, that 408 includes a miss, a 0.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Leading the pack with a miss.
Wow, so 39 targets while everybody else shot 40. Kailey has a 2-point lead over Emily McCarthy. Cara Kelly is in third. She is the shooter of the year. She's at a 404. Erin McGladdery from Canada at a 402. And Lindsay Christensen making an appearance in another shoot down at a 394.
Well, Darren, we should set the stage for this. This is a judging class, so this is different. They're now going to be guessing the distances to the target.
Yes, yeah, we've changed the field. No rangefinders allowed. The last two classes are the Open Pro and the Men's Pro, and they go back to guessing the distance. They're out there judging right now, as you can see on your screen. They're estimating the distance to the target. They're trying to figure out the best game plan to maximize the points on these next 5 or 6 targets. And again, we're going to shoot 6 more arrows apiece, hopefully, and see who comes out on top of these next 2 classes.
Well, while they're out there judging, we're going to go back to Metropolis, Illinois to see how Women's Pro finished there. In Women's Pro, Sharon Wallace, who has many wins in this division, entered the shootdown with a slim 3-point lead over Erin McGladdery, who had several ASA podium finishes but no wins.
From Marsden, Saskatchewan is Erin McGladdery.
The two matched each other shot for shot through 2 ends, but on the third, Sharon shot an 8 while Erin smashed a 12 to take a 1-point lead. Now she has moved into first place. Look at this, Nathan. They matched each other again on the 4th arrow, but Erin hit a 12 with her 5th shot to Sharon's 10, adding 2 more points to her lead. Oh, and she smoked that
she called up
and
there.
She called it. On the 6th and final arrow, Sharon shot an 8, meaning Erin needed to hit an 8 or better to collect her first ASA win, and she center punched the 10 ring.
Yeah, it feels awesome. I had a really good day right from the start. I changed my game plan a little bit this weekend. I decided I'm sick of hitting just below the uppers. I'm going to aim really aggressive all weekend and just see what happens. I've been judging good enough, I figured, to try that game plan, and it worked out.
All right, Darren, so as you see there, they are judging their distance. Hey, let's talk a little bit about that. This is an open field. How are they gauging the distance to those targets?
Most, I won't say most. I can't say who and how many, but I know for me, when I practice, the only common denominator anywhere we go is the size of the animal. We shoot the same animals at every single event. The paint schemes might change just a little bit, but the body size never changes. The size of the rings never changes on each animal. So I do it by body size, depth perception. Some of them may look at the ground. They may look and try to find 10 yards. They may try to find 20. They may work their way to the target. They may just, try to find halfway and flip it. There's several different ways you can estimate the distance. You have to find a method that is consistent for getting points on your scorecard for yourself, and then utilize that method to try to win a tournament.
Yeah, and I mean, practice.
It literally is. It's a learned skill. I mean, there are people that have really good depth perception. They have an eye for it. Dan McCarthy, Levi Morgan, all these ladies. We see all these ladies consistently in the shoot-off, so they're very consistent and very good at picking that distance. And that's half the battle. You not only have to judge it correctly, then you go to set your sights. You have to trust yourself. Hey, did I make the right decision? Am I aiming at the upper? Am I aiming hard at the lower? Do I pad it a yard? There's a whole bunch of different scenarios to try to be successful at guessing the distance. And when you're guessing, 2 wrongs can make a right. If you misjudge the distance and you make a marginal shot, good things can happen.
Yeah.
Where in the known classes, when they have a rangefinder, if they know the exact distance and they make a marginal shot, they're probably not going to hit the ring. Where when you're judging and guessing, you have the luxury of 2 wrongs can make a right.
Well, I can tell you that's one of the things I love about the unknown game, because I often have marginal shots, and so I look for those bonuses when it actually helps me.
Yeah, and I'm an old school shooter. I've been shooting ASA for a lot of years, and the upper 12 wasn't a thing. It just wasn't. You shot at the lower 12 only, and if you had groups of 4 or 5 people, by the time you get the 5th shooter up on a short target, there's no room left. So you go now, you can call that upper 12. I still have yet to figure out a great game plan. I know Keith Ahlstrom, we watched him earlier win the Senior Pro Division. He says from the beginning, guys, I'm shooting all uppers today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to call each start. I'm just shooting all uppers. I don't. I mean, I get to a lynx, I typically shoot the upper. There's not much margin for error under the lower, so I typically shoot an upper there. Black Panther's another target. I always shoot an upper. But a lot of these other animals, I want to shoot at the lower because I'm just more comfortable aiming there. My mind is comfortable seeing my pin down at that low 12. But now that we have the option, it can change. Do I add a yard, aim center? Do I cut a yard, aim hard at the upper? Do I add one? There's, again, so many scenarios to be successful out here. You have to determine and practice what works best for you and then take it to the tournament and see if it works well.
We should mention that we were discussing yardage is different, and this delay here, part of this delay, is that they moved all the targets.
Yep.
So all those numbers I mentioned earlier, out the window.
Yeah.
They moved the targets just for these last 2 divisions because they are going to have to judge it.
And we don't know the distance. And
I don't know now.
Yeah, I would. If I was out there, I would walk over probably to the medium deer. That's probably the target of all those out there that I judge the best. And that's probably going to be the one that I want to calibrate myself on. I'm going to look at it and then try to say, okay, I think it's whatever.
Yeah.
You know, well, then I'll go down the line and I'll write down the number for each one. And then I want to come back and compare. Okay, if I think that deer is, let's just say, if I think that deer's 48, and then I look at that aoudad, could it be 4 yards closer? You know, or is it just 2 yards closer? Because if my spread is 6 and I think, oh, it's only 2 yards closer, I may have missed something somewhere. So we give these shooters a 10-minute judging period to go back, check their numbers, double check their numbers. They write them down on a card because you don't have time to judge it and set your sight and do all these things. So we give them this judging period to try to get everything the best they can and then try to get the best score they can get.
Yeah, they only get 1 minute when they're on the shooting line versus when they're out there in the woods. It's a little bit longer. They can step up to the stake. You know, they're shooting single file, so they can take some time, look at it. You don't have the time to do that here.
No, and it's the bright sunlight. You know, these targets look as big as a house, so sometimes I think they actually may be farther than what they actually are. And then when we're shooting in the woods and they're dark, they actually look longer than what they actually are. So learning to judge in these different canopies, different scenarios, again, it's a very, very good skill set.
All right, Darren. Well, our judging period is over now, so we're going to go to Nathan Brooks, and he is going to bring out our Women's Pro Division.
Next up will be the Women's Pro Division. Your 5th place qualifier from Weston, Idaho, shooting for prime, Lindsay Christensen. In 4th place, from Marsden, Saskatchewan, shooting for Hoyt, Erin McGladdery. And your 3rd place qualifier from Lapeer, Michigan, shooting for Matthews, Cara Kelly. And in 2nd place, from Wazeeka, Wisconsin, shooting for Matthews, Emily McCarthy. And your number 1 qualifier from Dublin, Georgia, shooting for Matthews, Kailey Pettepher.
All right, Darren. There we see Kailey Pettepher coming out there. As we mentioned, she took several tournaments off while she had a baby, and she comes back at her first event missed the target, and still leads the class.
I didn't know that, and I'm still looking at the scores here. She's at 408. If she would have 10'd that target, she'd have had a 12-point lead over Emily. Would have been 18 up. She would have been like, I mean, that's really impressive. I hate that she missed that target, but for her to overcome that and still be leading coming in here, bravo.
She was at -4 today for the weekend and got back to 408.
I shot that same range. I was not that fortunate. There's a good look at Erin McGladdery. She won the last ASA.
Yeah.
Erin's got a good archery game. She's a strong yardage judger. She's shooting a hinge release. She'll pull through, and that thing will break in just a second. Boom.
Oh, smash the upper. And she called it.
She calls upper 12s.
There's a 10 for Lindsay Christensen.
This should be a really good race.
There's Kailey shooting. It's a 10. I believe she's just over it. Yep, she's just over the 12 there.
So she's going to go to 418. Back to doing the math.
Okay, first up for our leader, Kailey, we have a 10. That puts her at
Next up
418.
is Emily on the deer.
Which is tied with Erin McGladdery for
It's in a good spot.
lead over the rest of the field.
Emily's got a strong shot. She got a 12.
She got the 12.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
418.
And
So
now
they're
we're
tied.
tied.
But trails by 5 bonus rings.
I tell Emily all the time, she's got it, and she does. She's got a strong shot. She's a good yardage judger, and I think she might doubt herself just a little bit at times, but Emily, there's no need to. You got it, kid.
12 for Cara.
12 for Cara Kelly, who is our shooter of the year in this division. It is her 8th shooter of the year.
416 now for her.
Erin McGladdery, everybody's favorite Canadian.
And another 12.
12.
That's awesome.
Well,
414.
all right.
That's
We got
good
a race
archery.
here.
I like good archery. And
Yeah.
they're doing it right now.
For Lindsay.
Lindsay, I believe she got a, yep, center
10.
10.
Lindsay.
10.
All right, ladies.
Nothing wrong with that on that coyote.
Which comes back
Four
to
oh
your
four.
first
404.
target, and we will commence as soon as
That's a
Lindsay
good
gets
start for
ready.
Yeah.
several of them.
So we swapped. The hyena, which was our farthest, is
Mm-hmm.
now our closest. So, yeah, we've moved positions pretty good on these targets.
And I think what that does, PJ, those ladies that stepped up there and popped that 12 right off the bat, now they're like, okay, my numbers are good.
Yeah.
So now it's game on. You know, they've spent 10 minutes out there judging and looking. First arrow's what they're calibrating themselves on, and now that they've pounded that 12, they're like, okay, my numbers are right. There's a good look at Cara. Cara's so consistent. IBO, ASA, doesn't matter. She's a good shooter. There's Emily. Strong shot. She's got such a good shot. There's a good look at Cara rotating through that hinge.
ASA Shooter of the Year and IBO National Triple Crown winner is Cara this year.
I think she got that 12 too. That's why she's so hard to beat. She 12s a lot of them.
This is
All right,
looking
for
just a
Lindsay.
little bit tall.
On the
Yep.
links, 8.
She
for
got an
Lindsay.
8.
An 8 for Lindsay Christensen.
412.
Kailey, our
And
co-leader.
Kailey,
Was it 10?
Kailey, looking for that upper 12.
428.
Emily McCarthy coming off of a 12.
Emily McCarthy is interesting. I always say when she gets into the shoot down, man, she just hits a different gear.
Yeah.
And
10.
I would not want her chasing me down.
No, she's just left of that, so her yardage estimation was perfect. She hit great height just left. 428. She's tied with
All right, for
Kailey.
Cara Kelly. 12 for Cara Kelly.
And then she's going to be
Back
tied.
to back.
428 now. What'd Erin do? Erin had to shoot that long coyote. She calls uppers. Boy, that looks good.
13 points.
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
Scott's not even looking at it.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Way to go, girl.
She must have crushed it.
426. This is a race.
This is a race. 3 428s. Aaron at 426. And Lindsay at 412. Wow.
12-10.
So basically,
12-12.
this is a foot race. 4 shooters all within 10 points of
12-12.
each
They've
other.
shot more 12s than they have 10 so far. That's awesome.
All right. So we're going to let Erin let me know when she's ready. She has called the upper 12.
There's our tri-view. Is that what we agreed to call it, Darren?
I don't know if that's the
tri-view.
official name, but I kind of like it, the
I
tri-view.
like it. There we go. So we got Erin McGladdery on the left, Lindsay Christensen in the center, and Kailey Pettepher on the right. So you're going to see them draw, shoot, and
We'll
where
start
they
your 1
hit.
minute now.
Erin always calls upper, so she's going to shoot the upper on the links. I think Lindsay's a lower shooter, and Kailey typically shoots uppers. She got the upper.
Got it.
Oh, Erin may have shot an 8 right there.
She just missed.
There's
And
Cara.
there's Cara.
Golly.
Got it.
She's so tough.
Got it.
So tough.
She wants this one, I think.
Guarantee it.
All right,
She
Erin
wants to get the
McGladdery.
Shooter of the Year in Classic Champ.
She wants to double dip. Here we go for Erin. She did get an
For
8.
Erin.
434.
All right.
She
next
had a
up
lot of momentum going into that target,
Yep.
too.
for Lindsay.
Yep, shaking her head on that
Yeah.
one. There's a 10 for Lindsay.
422.
10 for Lindsay.
So this
Next
should be
up, we have Kailey.
And I
Yep.
think she got this one, if I remember correctly.
For Haley, we have a 10.
Oh, she must not have
Oh,
called.
she
Nope,
did.
nope. There it is.
There, yep. I was going to say.
12.
Yep,
Yeah, there
called
you
the
go.
upper.
Oh, you fooled me.
I was gonna say she typically does. 440
Orange
now
Kung
with
fooled
that
you too,
12.
All right, 12.
Here's
Let's see what
Emily.
happens now with
She did not call upper
Emily.
on this.
Just a 10.
10 for Emily.
Yep.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. 438.
And Cara, I believe we know, smashed this one.
She's came in
Coyote.
at third,
For
and she's
Cara
now
Kelly.
tied
Yeah.
for the lead.
12
Wow.
for Cara. That's 3 in a row for her.
12,
Staying
12,
so right there,
12
you got
for
Kailey
Cara
above
Kelly in the
440.
shoot-down
That tells
at
you-
unknown
This
This
distance.
tells you how good of a yardage estimator she
Yep.
is.
Emily's at 428.
Yeah.
Erin's at 434. And Lindsay's at 422. So we got 2 at 440, 1 at 438, 1 at 434, and 1 at 422.
All right. Here we go.
There's a
Cara
good.
Kelly
Gets settled
and
in.
Kaylee tied at 448.
Good
Emily
look at
looks
Emily.
determined.
Yeah.
438.
She's going for the
Erin
classic ASA
in
shuffle.
fourth place at 34, and
Classic
Lindsay at
champion and
422.
shooter of the year.
You can see her staring that target down. She's
She
looking
falls
at the
from the
detail,
slippery
shaking her
right foot
head,
today.
trying to see, you know, is there something different I'm
Kelsey
missing
Paul
here?
Douglas.
Am I 100% right? Okay, I see
Ready?
something. Let's
Start
give it a
your
little
moment
bit more
now.
yardage. Now she's going to hook up and figure out where to aim.
She's going at that coyote.
She shoots a tension release. You'll see her thumb come off the peg right there. Now she's going to rotate, pull, 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 and this thing's going to break. Boom. Good 10.
Center 10.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, here's a left shot. Who's that? That's Cara.
Cara, she got the 10, I believe.
Man, she's hoping that
I wonder if
cut a
she
line.
called upper. That's not like her to miss that far
No.
high left. I bet she shot at the upper. There's a good look over Erin's shoulder. Pulling
She's
nice
got
and strong.
25 seconds on the clock.
She's left.
Also left.
Interesting.
2 and 4.
Also left.
Our leader right now,
Yeah.
tied leader.
Well,
I
let's
want to see this Cara arrow
See
because
what
it's
this math-
close to that
See what
line.
this math does. There's Cara. Shot looked clean.
Oh, wow. Oh, she
Got it.
just got it.
10 points, 450.
And now for Erin McGladdery.
So what we saw there, Darren, was these lines are pliable. They
Yeah.
are not perfect. They've got air bubbles. They've got everything.
Yeah, you can see. Look how distorted that line
Yeah.
is right there. It's we get one view with the camera. The guys calling the arrows get a look above it, below it. So
below.
I know
Yeah.
sometimes on camera it looks like that could be out, but
All right, let's see
it's-
what we have.
they have a way better view than we do.
Christensen.
Yeah. And Scott Parrott has said he needs clear evidence it's out or it's
8.
in.
Yeah,
For Lindsay.
So if he looks at one angle of 3
for
and it's
Kailey.
in, then it's in.
you're right. 442 for Erin, 430 for Lindsay,
10 for Kailey leaves her in a tie with Emily. I'm sorry, with Cara.
450. So Emily is tied with
And for Emily,
Cara. At 450.
Kailey and Cara stay tied.
So 448
All right,
now for
let's
Emily.
move
Yep.
to
All
our
right,
next
still a
target. This is
race.
our fifth
Yep.
and final
I think we got
fight.
2
This
at
is our fifth
450.
heading
Yep.
into our final arrow.
And then we have
And
Emily
then
at 448.
going there, but right now we have
Correct.
Kailey and Cara tied
And
at 450.
then
Aaron's
Aaron
at
at 442.
42.
Yep.
Emily at
And Lindsay's at
432.
430.
Erin McGladdery, and at
Yep.
430 is Lindsay
Bingo, we got it
Christensen.
right.
After this arrow, we'll determine who
Target
will be
number,
shooting in the
arrow
final
number
arrow.
5. Target number
Here we
5,
go.
arrow
This
number
is in
5.
points. So as soon
And
as
it's
Emily
coming down to
settled
the
in,
wire.
There's Kailey. Good deep breath. I think Kailey shoots a thumb trigger. You'll see her get her thumb wrapped around there. And she has to keep pulling with her thumb on that trigger to get it to fire. A lot of people shoot a tension release. You'll
Emily,
see their thumb
we'll
come
start
off the
your 1
peg and they
minute
rotate.
now.
You'll see her come back to
there
full
she
draw, then wrap her thumb around that thumb peg. Boom. And now she'll start pulling through. Boom. Good 10.
Yep, that's that small coyote. There's Cara.
So steady.
Look at that.
Get it, girl.
Nothing moving.
Good 10. Emily's shot explodes when it fires. She's got good tension, yeah. Good 10.
Center 10 there for Emily. Okay. Don't think we had much movement on this
Okay,
line.
first up,
5th arrow.
Kailey McCarthy.
This is Emily.
10 for Emily.
448.
458, and will definitely be in the final arrow
So that
consideration.
puts her at 58. Is that
For Cara
correct?
Kelly.
58,
Cara
I'm
tied at
sorry.
450.
My,
Cara
my
Kelly.
bad
bonus
math.
rings, so that's going to be a decision. That's 10 for Cara. Moves her to 460.
460. Did
60.
Erin, she must have shot the 14 on this hyena, and it's really
A couple
tall.
of 14s.
yeah.
Let's see if she's found one here.
This is going to be a 5.
Doggone it.
Yep.
5 for Erin.
Well, I hate
That's
that
gonna
for
take
her.
her out of consideration for the final
447. That'll take her out of the final arrow.
Lindsay Christian.
This is Lindsay.
There it is.
There we go.
14 for Lindsay.
14.
Got
Good
it.
shot.
44. Nice finish.
444.
Good
So
for
she's
her.
going to finish in 5th.
Yep.
Kailey at 12 here will put
Erin's
her
gonna
at a
finish in
2-point lead
4th.
over Cara.
Kaylee shot a 10 on this, I believe.
Kailey
Yeah.
shot a 10. 460. So
All
we
right.
got
Leaders are
Emily
Cara
shooting
Kelly
first
and
with a
Kailey.
458.
Kailey leading by bonus rings.
Then
So
Cara
Emily
shooting
is at
second
458, 2
at a
points
460.
behind. In
And
fourth
because of
place
the
is
number of
Erin
bonus
McGladdery.
rings that
Fifth
Kailey
place
has
is
and her and
Lindsay
Cara are
Christensen.
tied,
Let's get
Kailey
one
will
round of
get the
applause
last arrow.
as we reset to the final arrow.
All right, so, yep, we're going to pick a target. We're going to, Scott Parrott's going to
Don't be
move the
fishing again,
line
man.
somewhere,
It's not
and then they will get a couple minutes to judge.
The Audad has a
His
big
target.
14, so they're going to like that.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as he, yeah, you can see all the folding and lines there in
Mhm.
that target just from the imperfections in the foam. You know, this is not like your typical bullseye paper target where the lines are crisp and clean. So all it has to do is just touch
Yep.
any part of that line.
That's a great look at it right there.
Yeah.
That foam is, if you push on it, your finger will sink in it. It's
Yeah.
pliable. So when those arrows touch the target and penetrate, they suck that foam deeper in as the arrow penetrates the target. So you can stretch that line. So we say pull the line. That is a term that we use. But the scoring ring has to touch the arrow. You can't
Yes.
just pull the line.
Yeah.
Hope you magically get the higher score. It has to touch.
Has to touch. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's one of the issues. And so that's where we see, you know, the ladies shoot a lower, they have a lower speed restriction here. 280 feet per second is the max their arrow speed they can have, which is 10 feet per second less than the men.
Yep.
And so they tend to shoot lighter arrows. Our next division, we're going to see Levi Morgan shoots a big, heavy arrow. And one of the benefits of that is that line pulling.
Yep.
He goes in that target, the line follows.
Less wind drift in the open field, and they penetrate deep and they pull that line. Carbon arrows are more like they have more, I won't say abrasive, but they're a tackier finish in most cases. There are some manufacturers that have like a slick coat on them for penetration for maybe in a hunting scenario. But the old aluminum arrows, they go in pretty easy, they come out pretty easy. But these carbon arrows grab when they penetrate that foam, and that's why you see people shooting a bigger diameter arrow, fatter arrow to catch the line and also pull more foam in to where you might have a chance to touch that higher scoring value.
Yeah, we saw Tanya Gelantine earlier shooting super skinny arrows compared to some of these ladies. It can go up to 27/64 diameter. That's the largest arrow allowed in ASA competition. A lot of them shoot 23s, especially in this class.
Yep.
That's a little more common because then that 27, hard to control.
Yep.
Harder to control.
Harder to control, yeah. And draw length, Erin's what, 5'10"? She's tall.
Yeah.
She's got probably a 29-inch draw length. She's shooting an Easton Super Drive 25 with probably some pretty good point weight because she's a longer draw. The power stroke of her bow is launching that arrow faster so she can build a heavier arrow. A lot of benefits to a heavier arrow out there.
First up, McCarthy, currently 2 points behind her leaders.
Yeah, compared to someone like Cara or Lindsay, who are just smaller, shorter.
Yep,
Draw length's not going to be as long.
Shorter draw length have to shoot a lighter weight arrow to get to that 280 foot per second threshold. So they have more limitations than what Erin does at 29 plus inches.
And that speed restriction is there to level the playing field.
Yes.
So that someone, because we have some ladies out here who are like 25.5-inch draw length, they would be at a serious disadvantage.
Yeah. Here we go with Emily. She's up first. She's at a 58. She's going to need a bonus ring here. She's holding a long time.
Yep.
She's still got 39 seconds that I can see on the clock right now.
Yeah, we saw her last shot. We saw the timing. It was a lot faster than that. So
yeah, she's coming to full draw with 28 seconds, 27, 26, 25. She's got plenty of time. Just left. Boy, she got the number correct, too.
She wanted that.
Probably going to be a 5. So she'll still take third.
Yep, she's on the podium.
Could be an 8, but probably a 5. It is 5 points.
Yep, 5.
Emily, 463.
Third place finisher is Emily McCarthy.
Lindsay was 5th.
Yeah.
Erin was 4th.
Correct.
Emily just got 3rd because Cara and Kailey need 4 points. They just need to hit the target to finish ahead of her.
Yep.
All right, Cara.
Kailey did have a miss this weekend, but that's the unlikely scenario here.
Yeah. I wonder. The 14's bigger. You can see it right there on the screen. The 12's, Cara typically shoots the lower.
Yeah,
the 14's bigger. It's got arrow holes to aim off of. If she hits it, she forces Kailey to hit it.
She's pretty comfortable shooting that lower. I bet she's gauging. Can I see enough to shoot that 14?
I think if you hit the animal, you're guaranteed second. 14 ring is bigger. I think you go for it right here.
Go for it. She's done it before. It's dead quiet. Man, oh man.
12.
Oh, center punch to 12. All right. Well.
She's good. I just
so
have to
she
laugh.
Forces
Yep.
Kailey.
She's a 472.
Has to hit a bonus ring or the 14. She has to hit a 12.
12. A 12 and she will win on bonus ring count.
Yep.
Since Kailey had the miss and was leading, she obviously had way more bonus rings to get to her 408 starting score. So now she has to have a bonus ring to win this tournament.
Yeah.
Now here Kailey might go with the 14. It's bigger, better chance of hitting it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, either
if she shoots an 8 or a 5.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
She's going to go to second, but she has to have a ring. So, do you shoot the bigger ring or do you shoot where you're comfortable aiming? She called upper. Let's see what happens.
Oh, center 10.
So Cara's going to end up winning
Cara's
this.
going to take that.
4,
Let's see what happens.
Hey.
70.
Second place. Your
Yeah.
first tournament back.
She overcame a lot of hurdles this weekend, too. If she missed the target and
Absolutely.
came in here and shot as good as she did, I can do nothing but applaud Kailey for her performance this weekend.
Absolutely. We see Cara super happy. Super happy with the win, Darren, but I'm going to say super happy for the double dip.
Oh, I know. She's just – Cara and I always talk. We shoot the same courses, and we talk about man card. She's like, did I get your man card this weekend? Because since we shoot the same courses, she can beat me. And a lot of times she does. So I have to swallow my pride and let her take my man card.
So here she comes in there. Cara, Kelly, we want to know, are you happier about winning the tournament or the double dip?
Oh my gosh, I am on cloud 9. Did that just happen?
It did.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure my husband's jumping for joy right now, the whole family. So, wow, that was incredible. And I don't even know how to summarize. I've been blessed to win both a few times in my career, but I don't know. There's something special about shooting 412s out there that makes it feel a little really good.
I was going to say, we were talking earlier that, when you guys started off and I think 3 of you 12 the first target. And I said, now they know my numbers are good.
Yeah.
And then you just pounded that shoot off right there. I mean, you forced everybody's hand. Kailey had to hit a bonus ring right there, but I talk about it all the time. You're so steady. You're so solid. You're so consistent. And I talk about you stealing my man card, too. I talked about that a minute ago. But I love watching good archery, and you're just a joy to watch. Congratulations. You're awesome out there.
Thank you so much. And major kudos to Kailey. She shot her butt off
She
today. Incredible round. Everybody, all the girls. I mean, to come in here with just 2 points apart, all of us, hats off to all of them. It's a joy and an honor to shoot against them.
You're an awesome archer. Congratulations, Cara Kelly.
you.
Cara Kelly,
Thank you.
2023 ASA Classic Champ and Shooter of the Year in Women's Pro. Congratulations. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our final division of the evening, Open Pro at the ASA Classic. Don't go anywhere.